This video that you're watching right now is to guide you through the process on how to divide fractions. So we will probably only get to do maybe one or two problems, but this is all about just getting you set up so that you can follow along when you are hearing about it for real from your teacher. So we're going to do one problem, and my first step right here says copy the problem to your work area. My work area is going to be right over here, and my problem is just going to be 1/4 divided by 1/3. Okay? The second step says make sure that the fractions are mixed numbers. And in order to be a mixed number, it has to have a whole number and then the fraction part. Neither of these is a mixed number, so we're ready to move on. So the next step says write the first fraction again. That means I write 1/4 again. The next step says change the division sign to a multiplication sign. That means they want me to change this sign, the division sign, to a multiplication sign. The next step says flip the numerator and the denominator from the second number in the problem. This is the numerator, this is the denominator. What they want me to do is flip them so that this top number becomes the bottom number and this bottom number becomes the top number. Then they want me to multiply the numerator, the first numerator by the second numerator, or they want the top number by the top number. That means they want 1 times 3. And I'm going to put that right here. 1 times 3 equals 3. Then it says write the number as the top number of the answer, and that's what I did right here. The next thing says multiply the first denominator by the second denominator, or the bottom times the bottom. And that's 4 times 1, and 4 times 1 equals 4. And that part right there I already did. Write the number as the bottom number of the answer. So you look at the answer to see if it's an improper fraction. It is not. An improper fraction means the top number is bigger than the bottom number. This is not an improper fraction. It says, can it be reduced? And this number cannot be reduced. It's in simplest form, so it cannot be reduced. We've got time to work another problem. Let me see if I can quickly get to one. We will do 1/3 divided by 3. Let me get back on that screen. 1/3 divided by 3. You will need to know before we move on, I'm just going to write this note on the side. This is the same as 3/1. That is something that you've been shown before, but I don't want to, and you need to know that skill. Some of the things you learned before, you will always need to keep doing, or you will use them again to work other problems. So we're just going to work through these things. It says copy the problem. That was the first step. I did that. Make sure that these are not mixed numbers. They are not. The next step says write the first fraction again. I did that. The next step after that says change the division sign to a multiplication sign. The next step says flip this fraction, meaning put the bottom number on top and the top number on the bottom. And as you refer to this note over here, 3 is the same as 3/1. So the 3 goes on the bottom. 3 right here is on the bottom, and this number, this 1, goes on the top. Now you multiply the top 1 times 1, or the top number times the top number. 1 times 1 is 1. Then you multiply the bottom number times the bottom number. 3 times 3 equals 9. Then you're supposed to look to see if it's an improper fraction. It is not. Then you're supposed to see if it's in simplest form, and it is. So let's do now 1/4 divided by 2. Don't forget that 1/4 divided by 2 is the same as 1/4 divided by 2 over 1. If you've been paying attention, the first thing you need to write is, I hope you said rewrite that first number, that first fraction. The next thing you need to do is, I hope you said change this division sign to a multiplication sign. The next thing that you need to do is, I hope you said flip this fraction. And oh, by the way, when your teacher tells you flip the fraction, he or she is going to use a word called finding the reciprocal. I'm not getting stuck in the vocabulary right now. I just want you to be ready to hear the word reciprocal, and that just means you flip the fraction. Now, what do we do next? If you've been following along, you should know now you're going to do 1 times 1. And the answer to 1 times 1 is 1. And then you're going to do bottom times bottom, or 4 times 2. 4 times 2 equals 8. The next thing you do is check to see if it's an improper fraction. It is not. And check to see whether or not it needs to be reduced, and it does not. So what we've done on these 3 problems that you just kind of watched happen, we changed an improper, well, not changed anything. We used the steps to divide fractions. In order to divide fractions, you rewrite the first number, change the division sign to a multiplication sign, and you flip the second fraction. This one was 1/3, and once you change this sign to a multiplication sign, you change it to 3 over 1. You multiply the top number, 1 top number times the top number, you put the answer here. Then you do the bottom number times the bottom number, and you put that answer there. You have watched the videos that show you the steps on how to divide fractions.